Hey everyone, sorry to have been gone so long, but sometimes life be lifing. But I'm back. Today's texts are from November 7th, 2023 to November 18th, 2023. Nesto spins a Cinderella fairy tale for Sonya and pours out his inner feelings and actually some good business strategy advice. Sonya is Sonya. Side note, after stepping away from these texts and revisiting them, I've come to the conclusion that Nesto is exhausting. Trying to clean up and decipher his poorly written English has taken its toll, and I've decided to allow you all to feel my pain. So, while I will concede some of the very bad articulation is due to software limitations, most of it is Nesto. He must have broke ChatGPT because it's bad. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Let's get started.
Good morning, beautiful. Stay strong. I love you. I need the supervisor's name so I can send them a letter, the one that said that didn't believe I was innocent.
Good afternoon, love. Pamela is the head and Douglas is investor.
Good morning, beautiful.
Good morning, handsome.
Can I ask the judge to rule that certain prosecution evidence is inadmissible before the prosecutor tries to introduce it? Answer, yes, by making a motion and eliminate this, but of Latin means at the very beginning. By attacking the prosecution evidence through a motion and limine rather than eating until the prosecution introduces the evidence at trial, defendant tries to prevent a jury from ever hearing about evidence that the judge rules inadmissible. Motions in limine are often made orally, though they may be supported with a memorandum of points in authority. Example, Stephen Brack faces trial on drunk driving charges. The prosecutor plans to introduce testimony from several witnesses, including Dr. Gold, who performed Mr. Brack's post-arrest blood test. And in the doctor's report reviewed during discovery by the defense, the doctor noted that she seen the accused plastered in a local bar a week before the accident. The defense can file a motion in limine requesting that the doctor's notes about the week before be stricken from the report so the jury never sees them. That the doctor thought the defendant was drunk the week before is irrelevant to the defendant's state at time of the accident. And the plastered comment is highly prejudicial. The doctor will still be able to testify about the results of the blood alcohol test. Some courts routinely conduct pretrial conferences with counsel before jurors are selected to handle procedural matters related to the trial, including motions en limine. Motions in limine are a critical component of the typical criminal case. There are many ways to discredit witnesses. However, once a whiteness refers to damaging evidence, it's difficult for jurors to disregard what they heard to, as they say, unring the bell. So much the better, therefore, to address the question in advance and not allow the bell to ring in the first place. This is the way a real attorney is on their job. They're supposed to protect you and your rights when they have true evidence that you're innocent in the fight for your freedom. This is the book I'm reading now. This is a very, very scary society we live in, and people are surrounding themselves in criminal activity around that can change your life forever by a split second. This book is called Georgia Legislature GA Code Title 16 Crimes and Offenses, 2020 edition by West Hartford Legal Publishing.
Yes, your attorney can ask the judge not to allow certain things to be seen or heard.
Good morning, beautiful. Happy Friday. I love you and miss you.
Good morning, I love you more and I miss you more. How was your day? I came out to party a little, got carded. Hey, how funny. Your brother called yesterday, but I didn't answer. I'm on getting you free and done with these cases. I love you more today. Chin up, hashtag innocent.
Good morning. I'm glad to see you living your life to the fullest, as you should. Here's a few things I've been reading in these law books. Now, I see why they don't want us to make bond, because we won't have the knowledge to find out the case behind bars. And without the proper tools, here's an example. I've been reading up on interviewing prosecution witnesses. This section explains why it's important to interview the witness who will be testifying for the prosecution and some common techniques for doing so. Defense lawyers and investigators often to seek to interview prosecution witnesses, but defendants should rarely try to do so personally. Is it legal for the defense to interview prosecution witnesses before trial? Yes. Prosecutors do not own their witnesses, and they cannot prevent witnesses and crime victims from talking to the defense. It's up to individual witnesses, including victims, to decide to talk to the defense before trial. Defendant should not personally interview crime victims. Whatever the defendant's intent, an alleged victim may interpret any personal contact from the defendant as a threat. If the victim reports the threat to the police, the defendant might wind up having bail revoked and facing an additional criminal charge. Therefore, unless an attorney arranges for the contact in advance, the defendant should never personally contact the victim. This is why it's important to have a great lawyer in this particular case. There are no appeals. What's the difference between a right, which usually are considered to be extraordinary remedies, meaning they are permitted only when the defendant has no other adequate remedy, such as an appeal. In other words, a defendant is not entitled to appeal any one of the following reasons, for example, may prohibit an appeal and justify a writ. The defense did not lodge a timely objection at the time of the alleged injustice. The matter at issue concerns something that goes beyond the trial record. A final judgment has not yet been entered in the trial court, but the party seeking the right needs relief at once to prevent injustice or unnecessary expense. Matters urgent writ are heard more quickly than appeals, so defendants who feel wronged by actions of the trial judge may need to take a right to obtain an early review by a higher court. The defendant has already lodged an unsuccessful appeal. In some cases, defendants may file some rights but have the right to appeal only once. That's why I can't take that change dealing with an incompetent lawyer. I have a complicated situation. My life is on the line. It feels like I'm fighting life and death sentence. So I don't need to hear from no more petty, small-minded people around me and playing games around my head with promises. All I need is your wisdom and knowledge. I believe in you. I love you.
I hear you and I understand how you feel. I'm working on it. It's a lot of lies being told by Roswell, and Channel 11 News is following this case until the end. They are focused on bringing the truth out. It's a lot of eyes on this situation. Your innocence will be known. I love ya.
Thanks for loving me.
I love loving you.
Good morning, my love.
Good morning, my everything. I hope you slept well last night.
Good morning. How are you doing? Make a promise that I would be sitting in your space drinking hot Starbucks coffee before the morning sun rises. That's my most important part of time then. Can't wait to see you stand up in your kitchen, cooking a home good meal, walking around, talking shit at the same time. You know how you like to brag on how you get down on everything you do, so you have a wonderful day. Me, just taking it one day at a time, think I'm going to dye my hair like Denzel Washington and then put a smile. I love you. Good morning, beautiful.
Good morning, handsome man. I can't wait for all the lies are exposed and this nightmare is over. I look forward to seeing you at Starbucks, in the kitchen, on the couch, and other spaces. Every day is one day closer to this being over. Karma, love you, stay strong.
Good afternoon. I go see your favorite judge today. Judge Manning, also known as mean old lady of the Fulton County Court at 5, wish me luck, which at this point in time, I don't believe in the justice state.
Your niece sent an email to both Hannah and the investigator today regarding your illness and case. Good luck on your hearing. Your niece told your attorney to push for indictment or dismiss, per your request.
Good morning, beautiful, my love, my life.
Hey, baby, I love you.
I hope you feel better from earlier. What I learned from today, you never know who's playing games in this nasty world we live in. I saw Donald Trump co-defendants testify in statements to the DA office, and someone leaked it out. Now Fannie Willis is saying that they didn't do it, and Trump's lawyers put in a motion to put a hearing on that tomorrow. So now I can understand how else it would get leaked out if it came from the attorney office the same way they leaked my information out. It had to be an inside job some kind of way. But anyway, I'd like you to send me that screenshot of that video of holding the door and helping my daughter get in that car. Also, could you screenshot of my 18-wheeler and my box truck together going through downtown on our 75? Face to face, you have to go to my YouTube channel to screenshot that video trying to visualize how I'm trying to start over and rewrap my upcoming book cover so it can be advertised 24/7. That way I can pick up sponsorships with advertising for my new podcast. I would be sitting in traffic 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. Also, now that they're opening the movie industry back up, I can start picturing Albany and producing my own reality show and movie series for people who are dealing with overcoming their situations like myself. Also, I'm going to stay focused on Indy's car because that's what I'm into, along with the RV community, because there's a lot of emotions can be done with motor coaches because when I was living in LA, I rented that coach I had when I met you. You remember the one that had the bugs in it? I rented out for $4,000 a night in Malibu. I had a trailer, a Silver Bullet camper in the back of that. People get cleaning up, lived in that. I had the best advertising person who was a computer geek when he went and moved to Canada to further his career off to college. So right now in Nevada, Las Vegas, they have IndyCar racing going on now for the past week. I could at least make $10,000 a night easily because people pay for convenience. Sponsorships start out this time of the year so they can get ready for next year. These country people down here don't understand the concept of revenue. You can always take old stuff and make it new. It's always about to make residual income. I'm always focused on business in the future. But by me being in here dealing with this dark ass cloud over my head, trying not to allow my mind to run away, being ran by the negative. So the only thing that keeps me running with fuel, I don't know if it's you and your candy cane legs. I don't know if you haven't tasted the candy cane right now. This is how we used to talk in the 80s and 90s, remember? So stop worrying about your hair. It's beautiful. Just let that thing hang so it can cover one of your eyes and keep the other one open. So you can see something you never seen before. That one eye can turn into a super binocular.
LOL. Thanks. I hear you. It's money in RV rental and parking. It's more affordable than owning a home. Plus, it's really owned. I know it's leaked either by your shady lawyer, Crail, or someone in the clerk's office. Are you firing him so I can report his ass to the Bar Association along with the other attorneys involved in this matter? I don't understand the greed. Plus, lack of performance. I love you.
Also, can you look on my other IG Nesto's lifestyle and look up that video I made in 2017 and of a shooting? It was a 18-wheeler motorhome upstairs and downstairs. It used to be Will Smith's until he sold it and Martin Lawrence bought it. And then he sold it to a motor coach company for stars. The entertainers, the reason they bought was for tax purposes and movie sets layovers. That's how I ended up with that unit. Because the company couldn't sell it to anyone because you have to have CDL license to drive a 18-wheeler. So it wouldn't do any good for a private individual. I helped move the unit to a nonprofit organization out of Sacramento before I got locked up, to my knowledge right now, is just sitting in a storage unit because it has no use for it. The project went sour. So if you could take 3 different screenshots of me inside of it upstairs and downstairs in the bedroom and walking upstairs up to the top level, this is what I'm going to wrap my book cover on. And I can rent these units like the special occasion 15,000 for 3-day events like IndyCar, NASCAR. Movie set, so this would be a project that I know the funding is out there. Just have to get creative even more. I was just getting ready to open up a truck stop in Cartersville. An old truck stop has been closed down for 10 years, but I got off track because I let other people discourage me because they couldn't see the vision. So could you please at least 5 pictures of that unit, and it has slides. So I'll stay tuned, please believe. So I have to stay in tune with nature. I like being outside. I've got past and outgrown the American dream, White House picket fence, big house, big cars, and what all comes with that. I passed all of that. I'm going into my 60s if I'm allowed to be free on God's time. I'm going out gracefully, elegant. I can't worry about the world is going to end or we're going to destroy each other. My mind is getting out here so we can grow old together and talk about the past like it never happened. I've seen people grow old and have great people around them and have the same age and not trembling and fumbling. So right now, I want to stay focused on doing things I really like and good at to secure my retirement. I never want to end up in a nursing home playing cards, black gamble, and talking shit to one another. Like, It really matters. I feel like I'm doing that now all in one, like a mental hospital psycho, where young boys full of energy running their head up against the wall, no purpose and no focus. So you really don't know how much I like hearing your voice and your words of encouragement. You have a great killer instinct. There's a lot of times I talk to you and you pull everything out of my head before I can even open my mouth. So you have a wonderful night. I love you.
Great things in common. RV life is living. Just have to get past these legal lies. Stay positive.
Good morning. I hope you slept well and dreaming about me. I see they got flying taxis in San Francisco for $200 a seat. The future is here. Can't wait to get out there. I hope you have a wonderful day. Test the time makes you greater. I got 5 million haters. More the haters, more. The greater, more the merrier. Keep a smile on my face. Going to the bank, baby. Have a great day because I'm going to look at your picture and make the best of my day. I love you.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I miss your face.
Good morning, my love. Did you send the pictures for me?
Which one? I'm old.
Good afternoon. I sent you a message 2 days ago about the pictures I need in my plans. So that lets me know you're not taking your time and reading my messages.
Nesto.
Good morning, my love. I would like to remind you that you're living in an incredible story listening to that you're saying how people are trying to draw you in their fantasy world, trying to discombobulate and pulling you into this treacherous virtual reality, into a fake. That is what social media truly is. To destroy, if you're smart enough, you can use the technique using that energy turning into power. Only if you're not procrastinating on your mission. If God directs this opportunity, you can use your face as a stepping stone. You can generate massive income and power that you don't have to beg for. It's already in your hands. Basically, what I'm saying is you're living in a Cinderella story. Anyone can fit the shoe. The show chose you, so you got to understand where the shoe is trying to guide you. If anybody know you love to talk, that is your gift talking, and your voice is not irritating your voice. It has a character, it fits your demeanor, and with your wisdom, knowledge, and your experience, people can relate. But the most extraordinary, this is your beauty. So if you're going to do it, to make your presences known, do it, right? You have to smother anything that's small minded because you're dealing with small minded people that deals the most drama is king. If you set up the right podcast, do you know how many people struggling with themselves that has a family member, loved ones on that is incarcerated, and also the ones that fantasies that's in jail trying to control them just so they can say they have some type of companionship. So use this platform to your advantage. There's nothing like this out there right now, especially what I have going on. It's super elite for you. You don't have to go through the hoops and loops trying to figure out because you already have the source to blow everybody else out the water, trying to cut pages because everyone else is cutting and pasting and trying to add to their story, take grass pennies, and how you win is off other people. Negative opinions, only reason they have negative opinions because they don't know the truth and going off by speculation. So remember that movie Cinderella story? You have the glass slippers in your hand and in your feet, right? No. So take off running and turn that pumpkin into a carriage so I can something to come home in when you pick me up. I love you. Also, there would be a great opportunity to build a platform making a super residual income. That way you can transfer that end of conversation when is needed to bring other projects with other people who would be interested in things that didn't have no clue and courage to do, to bring people to the fantasy world. So don't hold back. I support your decision. If you have a thorough plan, I told you God will send you some type of opportunity to help you grow and provide tools and then know how to help you set me free from all the lies of the super setback and devastation and distraction of my life. You never knew this turmoil would be a part of our lives, so let your hair down and move forward in building empire. You're my hero now in the Beauty and the Beast story. I was a king until the enemy of evilness in the world has dethroned me. But the beautiful thing is God has brung me the blessing in you. So I'm looking forward to that beautiful kiss of life. Again, from the fountain water of youth from you put me in a more greater position in life. The way you fight for me. So I'm not worrying about any situation in the past. I have to stay focused on the future. I'm looking forward to hearing how society is going to accept you when you open up the Pandora's box. This is no time to worry about other people's feelings. It's about the truth and common sense. And I'm honored to see that you're willing to come from backstage and get up front and stage and fight and speak on the truth and justice that is very powerful. As for the estranged wife, would appreciate the boldness from the face that fits the voice and the unknown rawness, that fits the truth and the unfairness of treatment and ongoing pain from viewing and listening to criticism that they didn't bring on themselves. What I like about your style is you have reasonable compassion for all parties that's involved in the current situation that has a devastating trick of impact because evilness doesn't care who and what they destroy. So as far as my current situation, I'm only focusing on my freedom and I can't think for everybody. But common sense makes sense if you weren't here. I would be done with no sense of hope wondering. I'm in the wildernesses like everyone else in here. So in my mind, I have a greatest future in the world with you as long I can help you control those panic attacks. But also you need to remind yourself that in your mind, you might think you can move fast as like you used to, but you have to be mindful that you have a health condition. And when you get real busy going to eat and you burn a lot of energy. So right now, so you got to let the mind do the working for you and sit in one spot so you can have everything you need around you to keep your energy going and before you do anything. Talk to your friend that was a lawyer for 11 years and ask him for opinion before you make any moves. Have a good day.
Okay. Long love. I respect your views.
You know, sometimes we ask ourselves, why are people more blessed and have more opportunities, like being wealthy, coming from wealthy families, or being born in wealthy families that a lot of spouses think, picking spouses that other people think they don't deserved about what they wouldn't do in a certain situation, but quickly to judge or voice an opinion if they was in these similar situations that they're pointing to, but yet if they were in these situations, they wouldn't know what to do. That's why God gives certain people power. So basically what I'm saying to you is I'm stressing it. I understand power and sacrifice because I'm being sacrificed right now. So you can carry the torch. We are running a 100-yard relay. So you have to take our life to our finish line to the greater good. It's your responsibility now. So you can not worry about someone can do or can't do or their superficial opinions. I am your responsibility. That's what God prepared for all your life. So, queen, you got to save the king by any means necessary. And all that beds are ran by a queen, and all yellow wasp nests are ran by a queen, and yet, but at least 100 bees are ran by a queen by an empire. So go out there and build your nest. All your bees will manufacture your honey for you. That being said, your social and your net worth to build your platform in any picture you use, send it to me because I'm a perfectionist and I would like the best to come out once the people get the taste of your product. They will never look back.
I miss you.
I know you miss me because our combination fits one another. It fits our needs to protect our unity and an abundance of taking leadership, one another lives of leadership, and best judgment when desperate measure of time. I miss you because we are super spiritually connected in many higher levels. That's really unexplainable. We make each other, we often challenge each other mental stage to the highest level with respect. You can't buy that nowhere. So when you're hear a white boy say, I'm not making no moves until he go home and talk to mom. He's talking about the queen of his life and the commander of his second thought. So keep pushing. And I love you very much on a Super Friday night. I don't think you ever told anyone that you love them as much as you've been telling. Strangerful relationship, decode binding wall between us, but it never stopped us from learning each other personality by loving each other, by opening our ears a little louder to dig deep in each other's soul. Wonder Woman and Superman.
So sweet and deep. I'm impressed. You're always in my thoughts and on my heart. And I do.
All I want to say is good morning, my beautiful black Cinderella for life. I know for sure every man would love to have you in their corner, in their space, with a fire and desire of defending your king with the utmost respect. You put this in the air that I'm yours. You're absolutely right. You have gone over and above your limits to make sure I've been protected. I truly honor and commend your strength as a woman. You're definitely a strong woman. So thank you for nurturing my mental state of mind and keeping me balanced. I love you.
You are everything to me. I said that to myself when we met and you spoke on how you were left alone if ever you needed me. I'm here for you. You've always spoke positively and with a good heart. You are my love. I know you to be a great man, a solid man. I have to keep you strong and secure. I know you're innocent. I've been crushing on you.
Okay, I will stop here. If you enjoyed this reenactment and want more, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing to my channel, and leave a comment below. And again, another shout out to Phone Calls from Prison for allowing me to use this content. You have been awesome. And folks, don't forget to subscribe to their channel if you have not already. Working on the next upload. I will chat with you guys later.